A new bill introduced by Senator Michael Lee could impact state funding for school districts. WECT's Mara McJilton spoke to Senator Lee today. Mara, he says the groundwork for the bill has been in the works since about 2016.
Yeah, Daniela, and Senator Lee tells me this bill is important because not only is education crucial for kids, but funding for the school districts is the largest part of the state budget.
What we're trying to move to is a per capita weighted student formula, so student-centered funding as opposed to resource-based funding.
Senator Michael Lee introduced a bill this week that could change the way the state funds school districts. North Carolina is one of only a few states that funds positions in schools versus dollars to teachers.
And that starts with a base weight. Each student will have a certain amount of money allocated to them, and there will be certain weights placed on that funding, whether it's for economically disadvantaged, a student with a disability, or some other weight. There are also weights for different grade levels because we invest more in K through 5 than we do sometimes in middle school because of smaller class sizes. And then we invest a little more in high school because of the different kinds of programs they have that will kind of get to a final number. And then that number will essentially follow a student. Let's say they're living in New Hanover County. They move to Wake County. That funding would follow them to Wake County.
The idea for change has been in the works for years, and so far, Lee says he's only heard positive feedback on the bipartisan bill.
This isn't going to be a bill that just kind of gets dropped and moves and gets passed. It's really the beginning of a discussion that we're going to have, not just within the legislature, but with school districts and others in North Carolina.
While this is just the beginning of this process, Lee says it's a change that needs to happen.
This will help make it more transparent, more efficient, and actually much more equitable among the various districts.
So North Carolina's schools continue to make the grade.
Now, Lee says the next step will be to form a committee and discuss any changes needed to the bill, and then it will be a long process of how to implement the bill if it passes. Mara McJilton, WECT News.